Alright, let us return. Where's our CPL screen? 2. Team name didn't make versus supply block party. The tier 0s of the quarterfinals. First match was going to be Kiko versus Nom Semih H. So these are going to be these are the cream of the crop. First, so again, actually, wait, hold on, wait. Our first match is what? Kiko versus Nom. I opened the wrong folder. No, not that one. This one, Kiko versus Nom in a Protoss versus Terran. First map, Eclipse. We're gonna jump right into it because we're just gonna keep casting. And I'm gonna figure out a way to eat these ribs without creating the absolute worst audio experience possible. In the top right corner as the green Protoss, we have Nom Semih H. Semih. I don't know if there's a particular pronunciation for that. But in the bottom left, as the red Terran, we have Kiko. Kick 0. Kiko. It is going to be on Eclipse. A good old-fashioned Eclipse 1v1. That's basically all I got right now. We're going to see if anything funny happens. We're going to see if... Yeah. The pylon comes down, the probe goes to steal the gas because it's Eclipse and it's literally free and there's no reason not to. Wow. It just keeps happening. You think they'd figure out how to fix that? So now I'm getting a 12 Nexus after stealing gas. What? Wrong screen. Oh my god, the game isn't on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna just kind of rewind a little bit. The game is now visible. We are casting a game that is now visible on the screen for your viewing pleasure. Please enjoy. We hope you enjoy. Anyways, we've rewinded a little bit so you can see in 4K that it's literally free. And then we were concerned because Semih H is getting a Nexus on 12 instead of anything that would make sense. Free? I spent my Twitch... Oh no. I mean, technically the Twitch Prime sub is you do get it quote unquote for free. Technically it is appreciated, but like, I mean, like, how much money is Jeff Bezos losing on giving people a Twitch Prime sub per Amazon Prime service charge? I guess $5 because that's literally the price of it. Never mind. So yeah, it is $5. Thank you. Yeah, you technically spent money on it. Wow, look at that. Semih hasn't even scouted yet, and they're gonna get across the map and see a Nexus finishing and be like, what the fuck am I doing here? There goes the assimilator. All right. It will probably settle into a fairly... No, they're going to go and try to do a bunker rush on the Nexus, which makes sense. However, the Zealot will be out by that time. And the cannon will be out by that time they get over there. No, yeah. That's pretty good for Semih. Oh, yeah, the cannon comes up. You don't have to worry about anything. Factory is starting up in Kiko's main, so vultures will eventually happen, but they won't happen fast enough where they're... Well, actually, they might happen fast enough where there's a cybernetics core letting dragoons be made. Simulator is just now finishing up. Shouldn't be too much damage caused. The Marines just get in the bunker. Zealots run home. So from here, it should resolve out to a pretty normal mid game. It's just Semih got their Nexus way faster. Then should be reasonably possible. Was that actually so? Kiko's going 1-1-1 with a starport being built. That Semih is going to see. What is the Terran versus Protoss 1-1-1? I guess actually you're probably just getting drop ships for the vultures, right? It's just to make the harassment better. Or control tower. Dragoon moving out to harass the bunker. Everything makes sense. Sure, an SCV checking for anything out of the ordinary, but Robo Bay, Observatory, pretty standard. So yeah, so it is going to be drop ships, presumably for the vulture harass. Oh, wow, that was a good trade of the Zealot there. That Zealot was dead anyways, so. Oh. Yep, there's the dropship. Only one vulture though. Oh, it's probably going to pick this one up on the way there. Then this third one can meet it pretty quickly. The important thing is just getting it here and then crossing this divide. Looks like Semih is aware of this and has moved the dragoons into range, as well as laid down a photon cannon to ensure that they just won't immediately die. Observer is going to catch the dropship, and so It is going to get sandwiched between these 2 sets of Dragoons. 3 sets of Dragoons. Ooh. Yeah. Dragoons or the Vultures are... One is going to get into the middle line and get a probe. Well, hey. Hello, Arcane Winds. Welcome to the chat, to the cast. Your games were fun. Thanks for playing. I would say, so I don't know. This is a, I don't know if this is gonna cause a problem, but Twitch apparently did a thing where all the old saved videos is like now has like a 100-hour limit. So I don't know if I'll actually be able to save this cast when it's done. But we'll see, I guess. I mean, I would assume that they wouldn't just randomly delete the stream VOD. I'll probably, once it's done, I'll probably just go through and get... So, the problem is the old ones don't get deleted. They just... You just, like... So there was a message on Twitch that was just like, hey, you have too many old videos. You're gonna need to delete some before you save new ones. So, this may be like an ultra rare, holy shit. Just use the spider mine to hop over the Dragoon. Also, yeah, that probably, here's the base. But yeah, this may just be an ultra rare cast that, no one else will ever see. I think there's a difference between like a stream VOD that's saved and like a highlight that's saved. Because I think that's what the problem is they're like, you can only have 100 hours of highlights. But I'm not sure. Fleet Beacon on our way for our Protoss hero, while our Terran hero is, macroing up, expanding their core like siege tank army and getting ready to kind of like push out and clear out these Dragoons. Those Dragoons are getting cleared out. Well, mostly. I think Kiko's just actually going for a full push now. They might be able to do it too. There's not too much going on. What is that unit? Is it perhaps the greatest unit in all of Starcraft? Let's not overhype ourselves, but these do be flashing. Also, Jesus, that's a lot of dead Protoss there. It made, if this isn't a joke. Here they are, go. Look at these stats, 150 HP, 9 damage per shot. Look how fast they melt through these tanks. Uh-oh, Goliath. There's 2 more scouts being made. What? No, build carriers. What are you doing? Impossible. Oh my god, no. Bait the Goliath. You have Dragoons. You can get the Goliath. Oh my god, they are just running around harassing. My god. What is happening here? Oh Jesus. Oh, no, that's not good. What's going on? Where's the 2 more scouts? Come on, get them over here. What is this? You can't lose. You built the scouts. You can't lose. It's impossible. You're not allowed to. You might lose the 3rd base, but you're going to win the game. Build those 2 carriers. Get those scouts over. Start fighting siege tanks. Sniping SCVs. Jesus, that Goliath is still alive. Oh no. Oh no. No, not the scouts. They do 28 base air-to-air damage. It's actually 14 twice, but that's a lot of damage. It's fine, we already have an alternative surge set up. Who wins this? No, the scouts. Please, no. They're too precious. Nah, they did get the SCV though. Run away! Jesus, they are very oh. You got this, you got this. Yo, dude. So good. So good. Such a good unit. Alright, you just have to retake this base and the scouts will have paid for themselves. I guess there also are carriers being made, so... Oof, not a lot of money though. That's pretty bad. That is a lot of vultures. No! The scout! Oh my god. Okay. We're just out of money. Enough for 2 more carriers. I feel like this has to be a good position for Semih H. I mean, they can just retake their 3rd here. They have their 4th kind of already built. They're beginning their carrier production, so like, you know, as long as they, you know, carriers, dragoons, the deal with Goliaths, they're sitting pretty on that. Kiko hasn't really gotten a ton of Goliaths yet. Oh, this base is about to die, though. Sheesh. Where are the carriers at? Oh, they're like way far behind. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no. Never mind. Kiko is like definitely doing really good. There's not enough Goliaths here to really defeat the carriers. Actually, never mind. There's enough Goliaths there to defeat the carriers. And also the vultures have gotten in the base, so all those probes are like as good as dead. Goliath is up here to deny the 3rd. Semih H is now actually running out of money. They have going to be up to 6 carriers, but they only have 45 probes. They don't have any mining bases, so Kiko's doing really well. And there we go. That's the GG. Kiko gets game 1 of the match. I mean, it should just by default go to Semih H for the scouts. But yeah. Where's my match to? Okay, Kiko, 1 point. And we will move on to our second game of this match, this series. Once again, as all the quarterfinals game 2s are, it'll be on Deja Vu. Oh my gosh. This is a fucking series. Alright, I'm gonna start the mat. Let me switch. Let me remember to switch the screen over. It worked. Alright. In the top right corner, we have Semih H in the teal Protoss colors. In the bottom left, we have Kiko, the red Terran, looking to win the match for their team. While Semih H is looking to hit that reverse sweep and start it here. Contemplate on these two players, about how good they are. I'm gonna eat a little snack real quick. Get the energy up. All right, we awaken. Yep, that's some Starcraft-ass Starcraft. Looks like it's gonna be factory before expand. Probably just because Kiko has not scouted their opponents yet. But that has changed. They see the core spinning, no zealots, so nothing like too aggressive. So Kiko is probably feeling pretty safe to just go ahead, come down here, and start their CC. And it is also cross spawn, so well, yeah, I guess do the bunker first. I would think that since it's cross spawn, you could probably do the command center before the bunker, but I do not know. SCV dies, the Robo gets added just to make sure Kiko doesn't know for sure what's going on. And this Dragoon's going to come up here, put some pressure on the front. Does see the Vulture running away, so this Dragoon's probably going to try to find a nice angle to catch it at. But if Semih isn't careful, the Vulture will just slip around. And, oh, nope, she looks like Dragoon's going to spot it there. Expansions are finishing up. Probes are getting transferred. Wow. This Vulture's living an interesting life. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. It's still alive. Just in time for Spider Mines to finish too. Wow. Huh. Sorry, the Vulture lived long enough just to get its Spider Mines. Good for it. Okay. Here is the push. This could be potentially scary. Kiko does have full knowledge of where Semih's army is basically at. Looks like they are going to go for that third to try and cut it off. Laying down the Spider Mines. And it looks like the Dragoon is going to back away just in time. Let it buy enough time for the other Dragoons to get up there, which are going to successfully snipe the mines. But now the tanks are up, and as soon as I believe siege mode is... Actually, yeah, I guess siege mode hasn't been researched yet. There it is. It's starting now. But, you know, siege tanks, even in regular mode, do a ton of damage. And so that is going to get the cancel on the Nexus. And Semih is going to have to figure out where they're going to go from here. Gravitic Drive probably is... They're probably going to try to do a Reaver drop to take out the... okay. To take out some workers. Yeah. Oh, this army's getting sandwiched. That's really bad for Kiko. They probably don't want to just lose these tanks. Trading that army for the third is probably worth it, but I mean, you would have preferred to just get in, kill the third, and get out. Additional gateways coming down now to match Kiko's factories. Wow, yeah, and Vultures just get right back in the third to kill that, the probe coming in. Oh, had to do a bit of a pause there, it looks like. Oh, the CPL logo covers the chat. Okay, we've learned that now. Third is being re-established, but quite a few minutes later than Semih would have preferred. Reaver is just going to slow fly in, probably land on top of the... Nope, there are two more tanks there, so that Reaver... This shuttle is going to have to wait for Gravitic Drive before... Actually, it could just... Yep, drops the Zealots, drops the Reaver, fires a shot off, only hits the missile turret, takes the missile turret out, buying enough space for the shuttle to get enough time to learn gravitic drive and get the hell out of there. Alright, I always put the CPL over the replay progress blocker. That is probably a better idea. Much better idea than having that Reaver drop directly onto a spider mine from the looks of it. Imagine if there was a spire mine like to the left. This shuttle really wants to get in there, but if it's not careful, it will just die. But it is careful. So it will not. Crazy. Ooh. Some damage on the tank. A pretty big move out from Semih. Again, probably not intending to... Ooh, good snipe on that. Probably not intending to actually try to win the game here, but just keep Kiko in their base. Especially as they're going to be moving up towards higher tech. We have the Templar tech out already, so we should be seeing the Stargate and then probably the Arbiter Tribunal shortly afterwards. That Observer is super dead. Dang, this thing's gonna take a lot of hits. A lot of tanks here. Not a lot of zealots. Like Semih getting their fourth down in the bottom right. That is probably gonna get caught by the vultures though. Nope, the vultures are just gonna head a beeline straight towards the third, maybe? Or just blow up. CMH is gonna come and clear out the mines in case they want to take this base later. Something's getting fucking fired upon. I believe we missed a drop. Two more shuttles to replace the ones that are presumably dead from the drop. Again, nexuses, nexi all over the map. But, I mean, Protoss are not the only species capable of dropship technology, so that was just slightly further back. Army is gonna have to come defend this base, just to make sure that the probes that are transferring do not die horribly. Because that is a lot of probes transferring, and if that tank gets one fucking shot... Oh! Tanks do what... I think that was only like 3 probes, but it's still... That was, Spider mines in the mineral line is scary. But anyways, the metric again, as always, is that Protoss wants to be 1 base ahead of Terran. So if they are equal bases, Terran is winning. But if Protoss is 1 base ahead, as is the case right now, then Protoss will be in a pretty good position. Big move out from Kiko. They're hitting that 150-ish supply. Their upgrades are at 1-0, so not quite at the scary threshold yet. Reaver Broth blocking the ramp. Pretty funny. Still no Stargate out of Semih, so I guess they're just going to try to... They're just going for the shuttle play, which is very cool. Like flying the shuttles in, dropping on top of the tanks is a good... What are you holding? Okay. Might see Reavers and Storm drops somewhere. Right there would be very good. Alright, Semih hitting max supply, starting to just bank up their resources for when, you know, as Protoss you do eventually just have to start throwing things at the Terran to eventually break them. Kiko sending an SCV out presumably to expand to this base. Or to the corner. Semih is already beating that SCV to the corner and setting up their defenses here. Like Kiko has decided at the bottom right base is where they want to apply pressure, and they're gonna force the issue. Here comes gonna be a big drop in the center of this tank line. One storm goes down before, but I mean that's enough. The Semih's army is gonna collapse on top of Kiko, and I mean that is like so many tanks are just dead now. It's gonna be really hard to rebuild that much army. If that was like mostly vultures and Goliaths, it would be one thing. But tanks take a while, and now, oh, well, and now this base here is pretty, well, no. Luckily, it is very hard for Dragoons to fight through a choke point, but, you know, a small army is going to help defend this base. Semih will lightly be able to keep it, but, you know, Kiko is going to get their third here. Vultures have finally gotten through the Nexus shields. But the Spider Mines will also finish off the Dragoons. I mean, this base might actually die. The Goliath is reinforcing. Kiko is sending units up there. Kiko's main priority is to kill this base, save this base, keep Semih on 4. Although Semih moving... just moving down here, taking that natural is going to be very easy for them. Again, a lot of it's going to be really hard for the Dragoons to fight up this ramp, and that Nexus is getting really close to being dead. It looks like there is just going to be just enough damage from the Vultures to kill it. Yeah, there's no way that Nexus is... 5 HP. It was literally one vulture shot away from dying, and now it's going to recover all that shield health. Semih H is going to have a 5th ready for saturation once maybe their 3rd or their 2nd fully runs out. That means they're going to be in a really good position against Kiko's 3 bases, where they're already basically out at 1, already basically out at 2, and they're only just now beginning to mine at 3. Yeah, this game is looking very nice for... Well, nah, never mind. There goes the Nexus. That's going to be enough for it. Again, looks like we had some drops come in to this 3rd base. They're trying to clear it out, and maybe they killed a bunch of SCVs here. Probably could have stayed on top of that, but I mean, this base is now much weaker, and Semih H might be able to just like come in and splinter these off and, you know, move either down or up, depending on where the weak point is. Either way, that barracks is dead. A lot of Dragoons. The Zealots kind of are staying back at this point. But yeah, I mean, this is looking extremely breakable, especially as Semih H has taken that 5th base in the bottom or the middle right corner, and they're looking to reestablish that top left. The Goliath is going to kill it though. That is a lot of Zealots. Base is saved. Base is still under construction. The Goliath is going to take out the pylon there, though, but that does give Semih H plenty of time to get this Reaver over to save the Nexus. What's here? Whoa. Okay, it's back. Alright. Just build cannons. Yeah, Kiko is getting to a point where they are just running out of minerals. They're going to need to find a base to expand to. And unfortunately, Semih H kind of already has the entire map. Really the only base available to Kiko easily is this one, and it is very far away from what they're able to defend at this point. There's the probe transfer. Huh. Let's see. How do the upgrades stand? 3-0 and 3-0 for both. However, Semih H is getting their armor and their shields. Kiko's getting their armor. I mean, yeah, it seems pretty callable, it feels like at this point. Like, Semih H just has the whole map, is now banking up a supply. They're maxed in banking. So, again, it's like that. This basically the same way Protoss wins every game, where they make really, really inefficient trades, but you just have so much more than your opponent that eventually it works. The shuttles should help. There's no Arbiter or Carrier to help break these big tank cores, but that's what the shuttles are for, is you get on top of them, drop some High Templar, storm themselves, and that works. The big Dragoon force kind of just coming down here to distract this side of the army. Basically, anytime a unit dies, Semih H can just immediately rebuild a replacement. This observer's still alive. That's fun. Let's see. What is Kiko's out here? Taking out this base would be a really good first start. Well, taking out and then actually taking this base would be a good start. Then you can kind of work your way up through here. This is probably the easiest to kill base because it's just separated out from sort of the main army. Or I guess the main base. I'm just saying words. Server down. Again, still no Stargate tech, so Semih H could probably get up to Arbiters or Carriers. In fact, actually, if they kind of stalemate like this for a little bit, I would think it would be pretty easy to just throw down 6 Stargates and a Fleet Beacon, and then as soon as you do take like your first trade, just instantly build a control group of Carriers, but Kiko is getting pretty close to maxing out, but again, their bank is just so low. They're really only operating off of 1 base income, so like every time a unit dies for Kiko, they really feel it. Whereas Semih H can kind of just throw away units for maybe 3 or 4 fights. Yes, especially if the army's split up like this. That's a lot of the tanks just over there. A lot of stuff over down here. So Semih H just pulls all their army into this. I mean, like, we're hearing a lot of zealots die, but they're zealots. They're kind of meant to die. Kiko GG's and Semih H takes game 2, which means we can go into game 3 of this match. Let's take a look at the score. Wow. 1-1. All right. This is, I think, our 3rd game 3 of the day. Returning to Vermeer. Time to see which team gets the edge going into this group. Where's my fire? Okay. Ignore that. What? There we go. All right. Bottom right, Brown Protoss, Semih H. Bottom left, Red Terran, Kiko. Again, not too much to comment on in the early game. Both players played very well, but also nothing sort of out of standard. So we're gonna see the Pylon, Gateway, Scout. We're gonna see the Supply Depot, Barracks, Finery Factory. Presumably, nothing too crazy. That's some game right there. Oh, we do have a zealot just walking over. Let's see what's going on with this guy. Oh. Ooh. One hit. Ooh, ooh. Oh, just barely. Ooh, wow, that was some insane SCV control on top of the zealot, just pausing him out like that, scaring the other one away from joining him. We do have a Dragoon and Singularity Charge coming along as well, so it is only an SCV for a zealot is probably, it's fine. It's a decent trade. I would have, you know, if we had, you know, just attacked just like 1 microsecond faster and delayed the factory, that'd be another thing. Especially as we're about to watch the Vulture go across the map, kill 5 probes. Or maybe not. Oh, interesting. Canceled the bunker for the faster CC. Probably because he saw the Nexus being started. So he's not as worried about, like, 3-gate goon just going over and killing him. But here comes the Dragoon. Oh, there was the Dragoon. Another Vulture coming out, Spider Mine being researched. Almost. So again, just standard is fair PVT stuff. Third base about to go up for Semih. Kiko is going to, yep, has their first tank, is going to start moving out, trying to just be a little annoying, make a aggressive but not like all any type push, just to establish some you know, some control over the map. Looks like they're Kiko is really wanting to put pressure on that third. They've moved their army up to kind of just start swinging down, so they have a good angle of attack on it. Semih getting their gateways up. He's also trying to push out on the map just to go over and... Oof. So, unfortunately for Kiko, Semih had not actually started their third, so there's not going to be a risk of, you know, losing money for the cancellation. But Semih seems to just have taken this to mean, you know what, your army is out attacking my third, I'm going to go attack your natural, break the bunker, and get right on top of your base, except that is so many SCVs got pulled that the bunker's empty. They didn't have to break it, but they are in the natural now, have killed so many SCVs and have started just putting damage out. They're going to take out this missile turret. They're going to definitely at least damage that command center. They're going to take out the bunker. I mean, that was just a successful push. Kiko tried to replicate that, moving their army down to attack the natural Semih, but Dragoons are pretty OP, so it's not going to cause too much of a problem. Now Kiko's been knocked back down to one base, and is having to kind of just sit up on their high ramp while they wait for, you know, their reinforcements, I guess. Really great game knowledge there from Semih, kind of recognizing that, you know, if the army's all the way on the other side of the map denying my third, it's not in the main base. Templar tech being started from Semih while Kiko is getting up into their starport. Natural for Kiko getting saturated. Shit. The Dragoons are going to retreat into the tanks on the high ground. Takes out that entire Dragoon force. It is Kiko. Yeah, this is now looking extremely scary for Semih. Now that there's just there's enough tanks moving forward that, you know, if they get the siege out on the battle line, these probes are 2 seconds away from this army moving over here, seeing the transfer and killing all of them. Dragoon's doing a good job of pushing the army up, or pushing the army back, so that, you know, just delaying how long this gets over here. Reaver getting the snipe on the tank is very good. The second Reaver coming out. Fourth base getting thrown down from Semih, so they have been on top of their macro this whole series. Vulture is going to miss it at first, although it might look down there eventually. But with a 17 probe lead, that fourth base is gonna matter a lot, like, because they'll actually be able to mine from it. Kiko's still working on getting their second fully saturated. I missed a drop in the lane. That would have been important to watch for. Oh my gosh, and it's gonna get up there too. Oh my gosh. So that's like 10 SCVs dead, so like a 17 gap is now only a 10 gap. And it's just getting started. There's more drops happening, except not anymore. The dropship died. All those probes are gonna transfer back to the natural. And yeah. Kiko has evened the game out in terms of the economic standing, just a little bit. No permanent damage was done, and Semih had enough of an advantage that losing 10 probes wasn't too big, but now here comes a big engagement out in the front of the base. If Semih gets on top of these tanks, that's going to be really good for them. There is a Wraith out picking off the shuttle, but Wraiths do die to literally anything. Reavers haven't really fired a single Scarab. Thank God that SCV is dead. But, I mean, again, it's like in the past 2 games. Kiko is up 2 bases. They are perfectly happy to take bad-ish trades as long as, like, they aren't dying immediately, and they can, you know, just cripple Kiko enough so that they can eventually rebuild the army. expanding. Let's see what Reaver's taking out a Vulture again. SCVs are all gone, so the new battle SCVs are going to have to be moved forward. And Reavers are very good against Vultures, actually. So, dropship incoming with a fresh tank and some Vultures. But I mean, yeah, Reavers are putting in a ton of work against this more Vulture-heavy composition. Dropship is going to find this, and I mean, yeah, siege tank on the high ground. Yeah, this base is over. These probes are not going to live very long. What? Only one probe dies before Semih pulls them. Vultures are going to try to intercept, but they're going to get caught by these Dragoons, and now Semih is going to move up and probably try to take out this little Terran force, or do what they did similar and just say, okay, if you're putting all this army up here to stop this expansion, I'm going to move most of my army somewhere else. Oh, one Reaver did drop, but the second one is going to be able to take out the siege tank. Or was going to be able to take out the siege tank. Ooh, yeah, never mind. They probably... Gonna drop the Dragoon right next to it. Something's gonna happen. Anyways, Kiko is just getting their third base, so they are gonna be able to get back into the game from that. Especially if they're not gonna be able to keep Semih off of this fourth. This is gonna be really important. But 3 Vultures coming in, ready to just tear apart those probes. Not going to be able to quite do it, though. Semih back to having a 20-worker lead. Something's getting shot at. Oh. Oh, geez. That is a very successful, drop. Oh, the High Templar. It's so funny they get one shot by it. Semih moving their army around. They are definitely going to try to get rid of this third base, since it is kind of Kiko. It's keeping Kiko in the game, somewhat. They still have plenty of minerals left at their first and second, but the third is going to be important, as all bases are. Semih might just walk into the main base, actually. The majority of the army has been caught out in the middle, and so we might be getting close to a base trade situation, but with 4 High Templar and all those gateways back, in the main, I think Semih is going to be fine. Especially since it looks like there are some Dark Templar waves of Dragoons coming out. You know, like how many... Oh, excellent pickup by the shuttle. Unfortunately, yeah, like these Dragoons are still alive. The Zealots are still alive. The SCVs are taken out. Kiko was not able to break the natural as well, but that's going to be the game for Semih. Congrats. 7-hour cast. Damn, listen, we got at least 1 more hour in this, I think. So, we out here. Let's add our new congrats to Semih of Supply Block Party. Next is going to be Radley versus Razz. In a... what is this? Protoss versus Terran again. Well, well, well. If it isn't the Protoss versus Terran, let's jump right into it. Where's my transition? Whoa. Whoa. In the top right, we have a Terran player, Radley as the light yellow Terran. And in the bottom left, as the teal Protoss, we have Razz. And it's Eclipse. So it's easy to know what happens on Eclipse. There's going to be a pylon, there's going to be a scout, and then there's going to be a gas steal. Example 1. Example 2. And now we wait. Wow. Look at this wonderful Vespine geyser in the Terran base. It's so good that like Blizzard or whoever made these maps decided that geysers should be in main bases. You don't have to go out on the map and look for them, and you just are always gonna get a Ooh! What the? That's not supposed to happen. Where's the assimilator? This isn't a real game. This is a I don't know anything. This is a Terran building a refinery in their own base. I thought I knew what Starcraft was, but this is not it. Jeez, that SCV is very dead. Well, not dead, but harmed. There will be at least a zealot walking across the map. Guess we're gonna have to play a normal game. Terran's gonna get their factory expand, and Protoss is gonna just goon out. Whoa. Whoa. Excellent block on the ramp there. Whoa. Excellent block on the ramp. How much life does that SCV have? That SCV could die. Oh my god. That's unbelievable. Oh. Citadel of a Dune that quickly, huh? Double zealot distracting the Terran player, taking out 2 Marines. That SCV is on 2 life though. If he, okay, no, he will get caught because this is going to be a DT rush, and if Radley does sort of catch wind of that, it could be very problematic for our Protoss player. And there is the expansion there. Fresh Marines and a Vulture moving across the map. Yeah. I think with 2 Dragoons should be able to hold this, but it's going to be very dicey. I actually don't know with 2 Dragoons if Razz will be able to hold this. There is a Zealot coming out of the gateway now. Templar Archives is done, so there is going to be a DT to help with the defense. Zealot getting on top of the Marines. What's going back here at the base? Nothing for detection yet. So this is going to be a very risky play here. That Vulture is going to get into the main, but at only 5 life, a single probe hit will kill it, so they won't be able to put up too much damage. However, Spider Mines is just now starting, and I think Radley has kind of realized there's something weird going on. And there comes the DT. They probably saw the shimmer effect. The engineering bay is at halfway, so they definitely are suspecting something. They're throwing up a factory and a supply depot to wall themselves in. And so that DT is going to have to work through either of these buildings before he's actually able to deal any damage. And by then, a missile turret right here should be built up. Or he just gets in. Missile turret is in production on the main base, but the DT is more concerned about knocking out these vultures here. Question is, where is that DT going to go now? There is a missile turret just finishing up there. One shot on the Marine. DT is getting a lot of value. It's at 6 kills already. A lot of those are vultures. A couple Marines as well. Yeah, he's going to have to be real careful about the detection range of this. In fact, we can just turn off the vision, so it looks like the vision is cut off right about here. That machine shop goes down. It's going to be really hard for it. And there's another DT that gets in. Oh, it drags a mine over to the explosion. SCVs are being pulled to heal the machine shop, but it is just going to be too much. The vulture speed is going to finish. Is it finished? Here comes the Dragoons to bully down the front door. Okay, but those Dragoons took a really bad vulture shot. Well, I think just having the vision on what Radley is seeing is very effective, but I am curious where those DT are at. They are holding the ramp. That is really funny. Mine is going to take out that DT there. I think the observatory is done, yes, so there should be observers on the way. Ooh, again, really unfortunate mines. Yeah, Radley has been very calm throughout this whole attack, and so just getting the mines down to work correctly has been huge. They got a lot of good mine shots on the reinforcing Dragoons, and Razz missed the mine to break the DTs on the ramp as well. But, I mean, it still did a ton of damage and delayed Radley for so long. Razz is able to take their third for basically free. But, you know, there's a third command center being built as well. So our players are going to be fairly even in terms of economy. Okay, Razz moving back out across the map. Now that they have the observers and a solid Dragoon core. Radley also staying active with the vultures, not actually able to pierce through the solid pylon wall of the third base. However, you know, 3-base Terran is going to beat 3-base Protoss any day of the week. And those vultures, like, they don't do a lot of damage to buildings, but they will eventually tear through them, and that pylon is very close to dying. And if these Dragoons do not go and reinforce, that is going to be really bad for them. Yeah, that was a lot of dead probes. Oh! Also a completely shut down third as well, so both players actually doing a ton of damage to each other's economy there. And Razz says, I'll do it again. The unfortunate thing about going into Reaver drop out after DTs is that the missile turrets are already there. Did take out 2 more SCVs though, giving Razz about a 13 worker advantage here. Not about, exactly a 13 worker advantage here. So Razz can get a bit more aggressive, start sending Dragoons across the map, make it really awkward for Yang to move around. Oh. It's still going. There's a Wraith here now. Oh gosh, yeah, those Dragoons will be able to bust up the ramp if they want to force the issue. And it looks like they do. I mean, they did take out that that siege tank, and so if these guys just retreat up to the high ground, well, SCVs are doing a good job blocking them here, and they just need to buy time so the Dragoons can't all run up the ramp and don't have to fight these tanks. But Dragoons gonna dive on the tanks, just barely get one. Clear out all those SCVs, giving Razz a 20 worker advantage. And I mean, like, there's no damage being done to Razz's economy, unlike earlier. So, again, it's that Protoss wants to keep Terran on 2 bases, but 2 bases and 25 SCVs is, there's a big difference between a Terran on 2 bases powering up and a Terran who's trying to have a 3rd base being on 2 bases. We do have the Stargate up and Templar Archives, so we are looking at perhaps Arbiter tech here for the late game. Is Arbiter's up. Stasis is being researched. Storm as well. So there's probably, where's the army? Well, that's an army. It doesn't really look like the army. There's only a couple Dragoons. Oh geez. Dropship inbound is going to get caught by some of these Dragoons, but I mean, if it drops in here, there's really nothing they can do. The photon cannon is hit in the back. So it's going to be 2 vultures in there, 2 vultures in the main. Some zealots are going to run back to try and save these probes, but it's going to take a lot of damage. Raoyang has powered back up to about 40 SCVs. Definitely not ideal, but the probes themselves are causing issues for the zealots. And it's going to be a pretty easy sweep for that dropship to get out of there. Meanwhile, in the main, Razz did have to kill their own pylon to get up in there and save, or not save, I guess clear out the vultures. You can't really return the probes until they're gone. But we do see that 4th base come down for Razz. 3rd base is finally getting saturated for Rattleyoung. And I mean, they could easily take the 4th base here as well. Razz really isn't in a position at the moment to put any pressure, although the Arbiter is coming out. So maybe they can take a fight. But I won't believe it until we see it. Oh, Storm Drop. Dang. Hold on, where are the Templar? How many? No deaths, no kills. So disappointing. It does effectively turn off the 3rd base, though, until a Goliath or a Wraith gets over there to clear the shuttle out. Or, you know, the SCV moves to build a missile turret in the corner. Shuttle is getting re-upped on Zealots. Oh, we actually have 2 shuttles out. So there is a lot of play that could be going on here. Trading a Zealot for a... Oops, Storm. Big Storm, big Storm, big Storm. A lot of SCVs damaged, some even killed. Excellent, excellent work there, young Templar. Wraith Cloak is being upgraded. More Wraiths on the way. Interesting divergence. I think if you know your opponent's going Arbiter, there are definitely worse things to do. What is even? Where are we scanning? Oh, just checking out all the bases. Raoyoung probably, wrong button. Raoyoung probably doesn't want Razz to take the top left here. So I imagine a few packs of vultures are going to move over there at some point. The Dragoon Conga line has decided that the Terran 4th base is where it wants to be headed. More scans going down just to check out what's going on. Big EMP nuking a lot of the Dragoon health, but not really getting any like energy value. Shields recover very quickly. Nexus going down at the 5th. Razz is about to hit cap. Looks like there was an attempted expansion down that way. Once, oh, Razz's supply blocked at 180, but once Razz hits cap, huh? Huh? Oh no. The Vulture. A lot of probe kills on that one. Well, 3 probe kills on that one. So it looks like we are going, yeah, we are going into nukes. That's interesting. We do see the, oh no! The recall into the natural does, dude, imagine if the fucking ghost hit the lockdown before the recall. And the stasis at the choke is going to make it really hard for... Oh, no, but there are a lot of spider mines. Unfortunately, a lot of those SCVs are now dead, down to 34 SCVs. Probably less once those Zealots are going to be finished, but the Arbiters have been taken care of. It's now down to a couple of Ghosts and some Vultures to deal with the Zealots. 30 SCVs to 62 probes. But I mean, That's one nuke away from being amazing. Oh, those zealots are still not quite finished. An excellent recall from our Protoss player. Whoa. Whoa. Where? Oh. Razz does find the dot. It was not hidden. You really want to, if you can get it behind the Nexus thing, that's one thing. The what? Does that, what? I don't care if it's bad craftsmanship. I need a breakdown. I need to understand what I just saw. Okay. Where's the guy? Okay, this is our guy. We gotta do the real. I'm sorry, you know, it's bad. It's bad craftsmanship, but the nuke.
Nuclear launch detected.
The timing. What? I don't think Radley is winning this game. Razz does have like the entire rest of the map, but like that is a sick play. That is, I'd never EMPing the Nexus health to one-shot it with a nuke is that's sick. That's a very cool play. And he's about to do it again. And Razz just taking all the bases. Ghost tucked in the corner, does get killed by a Dragoon. Radley back up to 30 SCVs. I saw that 29, but unfortunately, I don't think you can sustain a late game army on 30 SCVs. I imagine that we are just, you know, one or two really ugly engagements away from Razz just remaxing and running over our Terran hero.
Nuclear launch detected.
Okay, no, I need to see where it's at. He doesn't see. Where's the ghost? Where's the ghost? How many kills was that? Oh, it doesn't count. Oh well. Anyways, Razz is like killing a base here. Good lockdown on the Arbiter. A little late. But, yeah, there just is not enough tanks or mech units here to fully kick away these Dragoons. I imagine that this is probably the end of the game here. 2 nukes, though, is pretty fun. And the ocular implants, ghost sight range. And we'll do it again.
Nuclear launch detected.
That one's a bit more obvious, and it's in the same place. So there will be the probe pool, but I think that does kill this Nexus. We are going to watch it fall, though. Yeah! You gotta watch it. Alright, anyways, here's the army. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's probably game here. Radley is definitely putting up a good fight, staying in as long as they can until they feel completely defeated, but I think they have been completely defeated. Yeah. Any second now. Any second now. There's the G's. Alright, game 1 goes to Razz. Although we all know that really, the real winner was us being able to see 3 nukes go off. Bop, bop. Alright. And now we're just going to go straight into game 2. Once again on Deja Vu. Loading it up. Wow, whoa, whoa. There we go. In the top right, we have Radley as the orange Terran versus Razz, our bottom left pinkish magenta Protoss. Game 1 winner. All right. What's going on here? Nothing crazy. Just a couple of good players playing good standard Starcraft. And you know, I think with the nukes in the last game, nuclear missiles, it's hard to remember that it started off with a bunch of DTs just walking past a supply depot wall because they're just allowed to do that and dealing a ton of early game damage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if, you know, DTs don't get 10 plus kills just off the bat as our players do more standard game stuff. probe gets in. It's going to shortly... Actually, if that gets out, that's pretty good. Razz getting a very fast Nexus. Not very fast. A reasonably fast Nexus. Pumping out 2 Dragoons to send across the map and just start fighting. Real Young getting Spider Mines up first for their Vultures. Alright, now again, can 2 Dragoons fight this? Actually, probably, if they're together. Let's see, it only takes 2 volleys. Oh, their range isn't quite done yet, though. That's going to be the problem. Nope, now it is. Now these Marines will just get 2-shot. Oh, oh. Oh, that's a lot of very almost dead Marines. And now we have Spider Mines being laid, so the early pressure is probably going to be let up, and Radley is going to get that expansion pretty simply. That's Starport. 1-1-1 for the dropships to go take out the probes. Observatory and 2 more gateways on the way for Radley Young. What are you doing? Both. So Razz being pretty active out on the map. I'm not sure what they're checking for. Maybe like a hidden base? Egg is getting destroyed. Drop ships on the way for Radley Young. The Goon army is just kind of massing up at the front. Third Nexus coming down for Razz. More Dragoons getting pumped out. Observer is open, letting them... Oh, siege mode is just now starting, but they will be able to at least shell them from the high ground. Siege tanks do still have longer range than Dragoons. Unless they don't, apparently. Yep. So, no bunker for the Marines. Oh. Command center's gonna get really low, but that means that the Dragoons are gonna be able to start sniping off the SCVs some more. Siege mode is just now finishing, but the Dragoons are diving on the tanks. One tank has been divin. The other tank has been divin on. There are no more siege tanks. The SCVs are gonna have to get fully pulled to fight these Dragoons, but I mean, like... I don't know if that's possible. I think Razz just wins here because there was a bit of a delay on the siege mode. Well, I mean, the CC is still a lot. Well, he's down to 16 SCVs. Wait, oh my god. I missed a drop going on over here. It did not do much damage, though, from the looks of things. And there were 3-gate Goon production supplying it. Yeah. Down down to 12 SCVs, and there's still Dragoons flowing in. That is just the game there. Razz takes it in a very quick Game 2 win. Wrapping up our second Tier 0 match. GG's well played are called. Let's take a look at that scorecard. Yeah, alright. Razz with a convincing 0-2 or 2-0, giving Supply Block Party the win for the Tier 0 group. That doesn't mean they were completely out. That doesn't mean they are completely out. They still have one more match, and team didn't make can, get the point for the week at least. Let's see what the game between earob and Type 100 looks like. This is also our last match of the day. We've been going for quite a while. It's been a lot of fun, so let's get right into it. Whoop, there we go. In the top right corner as the light yellow Protoss, we have earob, Rev, earob, earob, words. In their opponent in the bottom left corner is the teal Zerg Type 100. A lot of stuff going on here. Pylon. Yep. In the little pylon nook. This little corner right there for it. So earob is going to then go sort of take the long way around scouting their opponents. Or just kind of chill, I guess. And is it going to be Gateway or Forge first? It looks like it's going to be Gateway first. The favorites of many pros is because getting earlier zealots lets you be more active on the map. It is a bit weaker to just like straight like the fastest possible pressure, but usually players don't go for that. However, this does look like it was an earlier pull, and the drone was trying to set up on the ramp to stop the probe from scouting it. Probe is going to see the spawning pool finishing up without any other hatchery. And it looks like the drone is going to get the hatchery without getting blocked by the probe. So Type 100 is on their ideal build order for this. earob starting up their zealot back at home. Gonna have to be able to defend from a very heavy Zergling attack early on, which is not the strong suit for Gateway first. And you can see the Zerglings are just beelining straight for the Protoss base. Type 100 sees the zealot out on the map, probably can infer what exactly his opponent is doing. And with those first handful of Zerglings, they're probably going to try to just run up the ramp and get at the probes in the main. 4 Zerglings can kill probes in like 3 seconds. And there is no block here. Zealot has moved over to the ramp, but there is a lot of empty space for those Zerglings to work with if Type 100 wants to run in there. Gonna back up a little bit, get his third hatchery. Not committing too hard to Zerglings just yet. Definitely still macroing up, and earob now with 3 Zealots out on the map can turn the tables around and start moving across the map to put pressure on Type 100's natural here. But with all the Zealots running past, 3 Zerglings are going to be able to get into the main and start tearing at these probes. Probes are going to have to try to run around, not die. Luckily, the Zealot does come back, is able to scare the Zerglings off, but the majority of the Zealots are moving across the map to fight these Lings. And there's a lot of them, too. One does get surrounded, is getting a lot of damage. Looks like both of those Zealots are going to have to run away. Only one of them will make it. Forge is going down in front of the gateway there, as Type 100 moves into getting Zergling speed, and actually just getting Zergling speed, not upgrading any other type of, not gathering gas for any other upgrade. Wow. Minerals are OP. And it does look like Type 100 is just going for a full Ling Flood type of strategy. If earob gets enough cannons, maybe 1 or 2 more cannons up, they should basically be fine. That's a lot of Zerglings, though, actually. Let's see. So I think this hole is plugged by a Zealot and a probe. There's no hole here. This hole is plugged by a Zealot. I think 1 more cannon and they're safe. Otherwise, the Zerglings can just kind of surround this Zealot and get rid of him. Or even just dive the probe behind the gateway. Type 100 is not planning for any type of... Well, no, they've started mining gas again. So they probably will just be trying to move over into getting Hydralisks. Oh, probe does move out. And here comes the... Trigger is pulled. Zerglings do get into the base, get on top of the photon cannon. That's going to be very bad for earob. Without that cannon there to help provide the extra defense, the Zerglings are going to be able to start tearing apart the forge and the gateway. 1 Zealot is goes. 2 Zealots are down. Probes are going to have to get pulled to defend, but the forge is getting torn apart. The gateway is getting torn apart. The probes are getting torn apart. And this is just about the nightmare situation for anybody. That Zealot is the last man standing, and it's not going to be standing for very long. Every single probe that has been pulled to defend is going to get cleared up because Zerglings are absolutely insane. The replacement photon cannon is getting torn apart. I don't even think that was a cancel. Zerglings are just going to keep getting reinforced, and that is probably going to be the match right there. Probe Micro could save, the moment, but it's not going to save the game. And with that, Type 100 gets a very quick win in our last match of the day. But it's not the last game of the last match of the day, as earob still has a chance to make the comeback. Going to hop flying straight into it. We're loading these games. It's been 7 hours. It's been nearly 8 hours. We're gonna keep casting. There's a light at the end of the tunnel that says I can go get something to snack on and then maybe take a nap in the top left corner of Deja Vu. We've seen this map so many times today. It is the Brown Zerg Type 100. The bottom right, their opponents, the light pink Protoss earob, trying to claw back a victory for themselves and for their team. We're going to see if that starts here or if Type 100 clinches Tier 0 for the supply block party. no, game audio is kill. There it goes. Everything is okay. It is fixed. I am a good caster. Oh. It's going to be a forge first here from earob for the bit of a safer play. It's going to scout, see that there's no reason to build cannons early as it was a hatch first, and they're just going to get their nexus up. They're probably going to get their nexus up, get their gateway up, and then build cannons, just because that is a very late spawning pool. So there's no reason to get a photon cannon, like start the photon cannon this early, especially cross spawns. But we'll see. They're tier 0, I'm tier 2, and like not the good tier 2, like not a good tier 2. I'm like the bad side of tier 2. There's the gateway, and we'll probably see like one cannon just for safety put up, and this earob then goes to do the rest of their game plan. Yep. Let's see. Pylon and assimilator in main. Looks like Type 100 is just sticking with what they know, building a bunch of Zerglings, about to send them across the map to deal some damage. They have no scout on their opponent, although they do know they're in the bottom right. So they probably feel pretty good about taking the more economical variation of a early build. And you can actually kind of see these are less... Yeah, so they 100% don't want to try to rush down their opponent. Otherwise, these Zerglings would not be bothering with the probe. We also see them beginning to start mining from the extractor and taking the third. Probe is going to see all of that. Ah, it's the 3-hatch Hydra. Jeez, that probe has jukes. Stargate coming down for earob. I think once the probes actually sees this third base, they'll get a pretty decent idea of what's going on, even if they don't scout the Hydralis den directly. Let's see. Because it is 9 Hydralisks in the, or 9 drones in the main, 7 drones at the natural, and then 3 drones at the third. I don't know. I don't play this race. I don't know why I remember that that's what this is. Or that's how you can tell, but yeah. So if the probe saw this, saw the 3 drones, probably knew what was going on. We are going to see an explosion of cannons in the natural to defend against this. And, yep, Citadel of Adun, Stargate, Corsair's going to come out to confirm and harass some of the overlords that are out on the map. Doesn't look like there are too many, though. But Citadel of Adun is done. Zealot Speed on the way. We should be seeing the Templar Archives coming out as well. Well, it looks like they got 1 overlord or something. 1 died. And here come the Hydras. So yeah, there's that explosion of cannons, adding on a bunch of extra ones Unfortunately, I think the cannons are just, they're not right up against the buildings, so there is room for Type 100 to be just outside the cannon range and still firing onto the gateway and forge, as we can see here, right? So that's going to be their main sort of idea, is they want to try and make sure that these get broken down and that forge dies before +1 finishes. It looks like earob will be able to comfortably hold this, though. I mean, 7 cannons is a lot. They are going to get the forge before +1 finishes, but so 7 cannons is a lot. 7 cannons is what they get. And I am not sure. I don't see a Templar Archives having been thrown down. And usually the thing you need to fight off the Hydras is Storm. So if... Oh, we do have the replacement forge in the main. So if the Hydras... ooh, that's Corsairs getting free vision everywhere. Templar Archives is finally starting. I mean, the Hydras could maybe try to go in and fight now. Probably not. Lurker aspect on the way as well, so Type 100 is less wanting to end the game now and more just wanting to confirm that earob is stuck in their main. Overlord with the Hydras to prevent any Dark Templar from getting able to break the contain easily. And now Type 100 can just macro up and get everything they want. However, this Corsair is going to see everything they do. There's actually multiple Corsairs out. So... earob has full knowledge of what's going on in this game. Storm is started, Templars are coming out, and it looks like the Hydras, and partially because it's cross spawn, the Hydras aren't reinforcing fast enough to actually be able to break this, and that is a scary amount of Zealots overtaking the Hydras. Zealot speed is very good. Zealots do a lot of damage when they get up to their Hydras, and when the Hydras don't have a critical mass, they're just going to jump on top of that Lurker Egg. Fortunately, Lurker Eggs have 1,000,000 HP, so they won't exactly be able to kill it. Overlord's speed was found at some point. Singularity charge for the Dragoons is on the way as well. Hydra's getting into the third over here. Well, Lurker is out, which is going to chew through those Zealots. Lurker in the center as well. We have probes moving out to go and establish a third base somewhere, but there's just Zerg all over the map, so it's very unlikely they're going to actually be able to get anything done. Zealots in the center here. Ooh, one Lurker very close to death. The Hydras are going to protect it, as the Zealots are just going to have to run back home. And back home, there is not a lot. There's a lot of Lurkers just kind of standing around out here. No observatory, or no, there is a robo bay. Observatory is on the way as well. Okay, good. This is going to be the extremely scary part of this game match for earob, where the Hydras are going to have full control. However, I mean, there are just a lot of overlords out on the map, and if it gets supply blocked, well, there's 4 more overlords being made. Corsairs are getting dealt with. Let's see. Tearing down the photon cannons. They don't really need them anymore, so that works. These Dragoons need to get out of the base more than the photon cannons need to defend it. And there are a lot of lurkers out now. That egg is one storm away from getting instantly deleted. Alright, Dragoons are gonna try to come up. The Hydras are gonna chew through them unless the storms come out. Huge size storms. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give us some more size storms. One more. Alright, it's fine. That was an excellent push out by earob. We love to see, I love to see good size storms. It's very sick to see. When, you know, you just melt through the enemy. Again, look at these size storms. Hydralisks, more like Hydontalisks, because they don't exist anymore. earob getting a lot of time. Ooh, they do pick off the observer. That is going to be huge. They can only intuit where these lurkers are now. They're standing right there. They're standing right there. They're standing right there. One storm right here. Well, that's close enough. It's right there too. Okay. One more storm. Or zealots. That'll work too. Anyways, here's a bunch of hydralisks. Oh my god. Ooh. Unfortunately, these Templar are getting very low on energy, so if the Hydra numbers keep getting reinforced, that's going to be a bit of a problem for earob, who is still only on 2 bases, hasn't been able to expand anywhere, and now the High Templar are getting picked off and targeted. And those are like the important guys. Oh. Oh! Lurkers. Fighting up ramps is very difficult. Oh no, Type 100 is being on top of the High Templar once again. Again, every single... Oh my gosh, killed his friend right before they merged. You hate to see it. Yeah, this is bad for our Protoss hero. They did a really good job of pushing out, storming really good storms, but now, I mean, the macro of Type 100 just is doing tricks on it with how many Hydralisks are being fielded. Probe is going to try to sneak out again, but there are Zerglings at the major contenders for where the next base should be. And yeah, we have 2 High Templar being made, but they won't be able to storm things for a while there is a bajillion Hydralisks and like 5 million lurkers coming. This is a cannon amount of Zerg that earob is about to get hit with. But these storms have been really good, though. Okay, that one was decent, I guess. It was fine. It was 2 Zerg Hydralisks, but, like, we're gonna need more things like that, especially with this many lurkers coming out. 2 more High Templar being made, running out. Again, Dragoons fight lurkers well. Dragoons don't fight Hydralisks really well. Now there is a absolute stream of Zerglings, and so now earob, who's going way into Dragoons to deal with the lurkers, is gonna have to go into Zealots to deal with the Zerglings, is gonna have to go to High Templar to deal with the Hydralisks, and Type 100 is just gonna be able to chill. If this is carrying anything, it's not, but if it was, that'd be really funny. This is his home now. He lived. This is his assimilator. He's huffing that gas, saying, "Yeah, that's the good shit." All right. Fuck. Desktop audio fucked up again, as it do. Okay, it's back. Oh my. Okay, I might need to get a new headset. I don't even know how long we've had this Yep. That base is dead. Oh no! He's getting evicted. I'm getting a weird crackling in my headset now. I think I just... No. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of dead storm zerglings. Hey. That's pretty cool. The air will cast the crackling noise might just be in your brain. Well, as long as it's not in the video, we can power through it. If it's in my brain, I'll, you know, that's a problem for someone else probably to figure out. Yeah, I can't hear it, then we're good. Then I'm not gonna pause the cast. We're gonna keep going. earob gonna break out once again. Maybe. They really need to. They're out of minerals in their main. They're almost out of minerals in their natural, whereas Type 100 is straight chillin'. Has their 4th up. Could take any base for their 5th. Something happened. Whoa, we missed a very sick storm, but it is, I mean, the real storm is whatever the hell all this is. More Hydras. earob has about, maybe this might be their last chance to break out to get an extra base. If they're not able to solidly take an easy, dominating victory in this fight, then, I mean, it's just going to be the beginning of the end. Zerglings are going to get on top of everything. And, I mean, there's just going to be more Hydras to storm. I mean, it stormed where the Hydras were about to be, just not quite timed out. The lurker numbers have thinned greatly, but there is 18 Hydralisks in production, and you can't really say no to that. By the way, there's a hive now. We just kind of missed that. There's adrenal glands, so the Zerglings are going to be even crazier. Anyways, earob is breaking out, though. They just need to take a 3rd, and they just need to just play it safe, hold it, and then maybe they can survive the macro rounds needed to get this 3rd base online. But, I don't know. Where are the Zerglings at? 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. 1-2. I mean, it's not impossible, but I wouldn't say it's entirely possible either. Yeah. Adrenal glands has been upgraded, and at that point, you're just very much screwed. Okay, excellent storm. Many dead Hydras, very cool. Give us more storms, please. Yes, yes. No, don't run away. Run into the storm. Unfortunate. Anyways, there's a 4th base up now. It is getting saturated. Type 100 is doing pretty good, well. But the probe conga line is finally going to come to an end as that nexus finishes. But earob is going to need to get another base so that his natural probes also have something to do. Type 100 is about to get the supply lead, which is usually a very bad sign for the player who isn't Zerg. My god. The hubris, the gumption, the gall. What is this? What? The battle drones. No. They thought they were something else. Anyways, here's some more Hydralisks. Yes! It gets me every time. Actually, that's a lot of lurkers. I take it earob's going to want to try to kill this 4th to even out the bases, or at least make room for this probe to take that base. Very nicely placed storms. Going to take out all of those lurkers. Need like 2 more storms. Are we out of energy? We have 2 energied up High Templar able to make a game work. We do have a Defiler coming over. I'm not even sure what abilities they have, but if it's Plague, things are going to look bad. Zerglings running into Storm is always good for the player who isn't Zerg. And it looks like earob might actually try to take this base. They might not even know that this 4th exists. No, they think they know. Maybe. earob has really fought. I thought this game was long over, but they have fought back. And again, if they can just get 1 more base up and keep, you know, keep having fights like they've been having, they'll really be able to probably claw their way back into it as Type 100's bases start to dry up. Oh, there goes that Overlord. Archon kill, Archon kill. Aw. How are these Corsairs doing? 3 kills? That's pretty good. Type 100 beginning to expand down to the bottom left. Let's see if earob gets pulled away. I honestly think that earob just needs to let them have it and just take maybe this base as well. Just keep their forces focused in this area and then maybe try to kill this base if they have the chance. Plague is almost finished. Plague. Plague. Oh no, no Plague. Not yet. It's a bit of an anti-timing. No Plague. I think you need a couple more units for that one. Plague. No. All right, we're gonna see a Plague this game. Let's figure out this. Nope, that's not holding anything. But this will supply block Type 100. Oh, here comes the full push-out storm. Big clump of Hydras getting eaten through. Gonna need to retreat back to the High Templar. More storms, more storms. More dots. More dots. Oh, very... Again, the DT's sniping the... I mean, Dark Swarm, that just means that's a big, giant storm here button. But the High Templar have been cleaned out, and I think the Hydralisks will be able to... Nope, never mind. There's a Dark Templar. Protoss is OP. Wait, well, we managed to break the contain, huh? Yeah, I couldn't believe it myself. I think Type 100, I think this last fight really gave Type 100 the edge, though. The further edge. And I mean, they're already on, they're at 6 bases. Protoss is just now getting their 4th established. That's a lot of Zerglings, but the Storm is going to chew through some of their HP. Going to need some more Storms. Adrenalings, really the only counter is going to be Storm or Archons are more reliable, since you don't have to try to aim it. Lurkers in the mineral line, never a great sign. Storms will get taken care of, but with the death of this base, I think earob is going to actually lose all the initiative in the game. They're down to 89 supply. That means they only have 25 army supply, which is not enough. I think I've done the math. I've calculated it in my brain. I've asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT says that you're gonna need more than 26 army supply to be able to fight a Zerg with 50 army supply. Yeah. 2-1 Lings. We got 2-3 Hydras. While our Protoss hero is only at, oh, that's 2-3 as well. Okay, more Zerglings. Unfortunately, I think the Zerglings are on 3. No, they're only on 2 carapace. 3 carapace is when these become actually impossible to deal with. But there's the well played Type 100. Back-to-back wins, giving Supply Block Party the clean Tier 0 victory. And that means that that was our last match of the day, our last game of the day. As we go back and review our matches, we thank our players for playing. God damn it, desktop audio, you piece of shit, work again. My God. All right. So again, Supply Block Party with the clear Tier 0 win in the quarterfinals. 2 2-0s and a 2-1, but everybody played very well. Good games to watch. Just as a reminder, as a recap for our Tier 1 players, Shift Clique. I'm definitely not just coming back and focusing on this because I'm biased and it's my team, but I mean, hey, we did pretty good. We did pretty good. Anyways, oh Jesus, that's the cast. I think that the next one is gonna be in about an hour. So we're gonna hang out. We're gonna see with listen, hey, go to twitch.tv/arcticsun and just open that page up and just wait, because there's going to be another cast later today. It's going to be sick. Let me make sure that's still accurate. Boop. Let's see. Yep, 7 p.m. EST. So, you should go do that. Can I raid a channel that's not streaming? That would be really funny. I don't think I can. Damn it. Well. Well, that's the cast, I guess. I don't know. I don't have anything else. I honestly thought there was going to be a lot more downtime, or there was going to be a lot more wasted time, and the switchover was going to be closer. I just put in. Let me see. So listen, if you're in the chat right now, if you're watching this, go to. Nope, never mind. That's a Discord link. Go look at the chat right now. Look at the Twitch channel in the chat and click on it and just have that tab open for when the stream starts later. It's going to be some more, I believe he does, there's going to be more Tier 3 casts from across the season, so that's going to be very cool. That's it. Yeah, CPL's, you know, we're going to maybe try to find time for some more semifinals casts or finals casts if we get into that. Yeah. If you're not following the channel, hit the follow button. Thanks for watching, and that's gonna be it. Where's the fucking outro? You know what? I could just leave the outro playing for 30 minutes and then rate them. I could just, well, I don't even have to be at my computer for that. There we go. We've done it. Where's the... let me close Starcraft and loop it. Chill outro music. Where is it? There we go. We're going to be here for 30 minutes. Or an hour. I don't know. Where's the leave it open? But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah.